Hello everyone, welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2, Mortal Empires, the Clan Angrund campaign.
Lord of the Angrund.
Last time, we managed to secure the home province. This time, we're going to be trying to move up towards Karak Norn to try and fight off Skarsnik. I don't think the AI is going to be able to punch into Karak Norn itself, as Karak Norn not only has an 8-strong garrison with some pretty strong units in it, including Thunderers, who on the defense are absolutely ridiculous, but another 12 stack here, making a total of a full stack's worth of troops.
Let me think about
Gosbag and Skarsnik together have 21, so they have one more unit card, and with walls and the general effectiveness of dwarf low-end units compared to everyone else's low-end units, I think it's safe to declare that that they're unlikely to just crumple like glass. Apparently it's suitable to have a wasteland, a savanna, and a mountain. I don't like living in temperate, frozen, or desert climates, and it's uninhabitable to be in chaotic wastelands, magical forests, jungles, and temperate islands. The temperate islands thing is going to cause me an issue, given some of my later plans, but also, something that I didn't point out last time, you can in fact replenish in allied territory, as you can see here. Means I will have a fully replenished stack ready to go when I come up here and smack Gosbag and Skarsnik into the ground, as they are two separate armies. In addition, next turn I'll be able to upgrade Zarak Zil so I can resume acquiring Quarrelers. The main important thing is going to be getting the Mustering Hall though, so I can have Longbeards. Longbeards will generally trade favorably against pretty much every other unit in the game. I do mean pretty much every other unit. And now we wait for the turn sequence to go through. Yay! Okay, Crooked Moon, you're sending out Sly Demiser, who is always one of the starting heroes. You fail at damaging the walls. Well done. Skarsnik is retreating. What? What? I mean, if they want to let me, you know, come over and pick them off in individual groups, I'm not going to complain at all, but what? Anyway, my current objective is going to be to try and confederate with Karak Norn and strike Skarsnik out of the map early, so I don't have to deal with any issues from him trying to stab me in the arse. It can get very, very annoying. Very, very fast. Did I think about where Wasteland is? That's interesting. So we're gonna have interesting consequences once I get into the Total War Warhammer 2 parts of Mortal Empires. The second game has some wasteland in some places that is interesting to deal with.
Revenge incarnate.
You can go to there with an underway, you can go to there with a march. Underway will take you farther. And you won't be exhausted, so... Also, he gets Vanguard deployment, but that can be a bit buggy. So...
On my way.
Ah, we now know about Torgavan. Eben von Leibwitz, if you can attack Feildorf and take it back, that'd be grand, thanks. We can do a second settlement upgrade. I'm actually going to upgrade Karak Buffdar so I can get more money. Especially as... I don't want to do. Silly me. Especially as, at max, it gets me minus 3% upkeep, which is very, very good. Because you're going to be using lots of Quarrelers in every army. Like, any good dwarf army build, it should have Quarrelers. Also, increase my growth slowly. In 4 turns, I'll be able to get Zarak Zil instead of Buffdar to tier 2 as well, and then I'll be able to get Quarrelers. Because I've decided that I'd prefer to have some things over these. Oh, that's very nice. That isn't too useful, though, but meh. is going to, however, run into money. Thankfully, the fights with Skarsnik that I'm going to go on to will give me some money.
Dowie from another hole.
You won't join Confederation.
To war!
Karakern,
And what can the Dowie do for you
you won't consider
on this
doing
fine
anything with me, will
day?
you?
Aye.
Wow,
Let's hear what you have
64
to
out
say.
of 113. Nice. Oh, it finally tells you these things. Whatever.
No chance.
If I can get Skarsnik on his lonesome, I should do just fine. Now we're going to have an intern. Yay! Always fascinating, that. Oh, he's moving towards me. That's odd. He should... Ah! That's where his other group is. And what are you doing, Slidemizer? Can I normal into that group of two? Because I think I could take that group of two, given that it's mostly going to be goblins. The Arachnarok is going to hurt, but I have multiple lords, some with anti-large, so not too worried.
Men of the Empire, what brings you here?
That is a good question. They want a defensive alliance. I'll take it, because they already like the Empire. And I like the Empire themselves, too. The dwarves and men have often been long friends. Except for those assholes in Talea. No one likes those assholes in Talea. Or the Border Princes. I mean, the Border Princes should not be a unified faction at all. I do mean at all. In the fluff, they are... How should I put this? They're not even really a unified state at all. It's just sort of a generic term. That's about the best way I can think of to describe them. They're just a generic term. Underway over.
To vengeance!
Ah, it looks like Karl Franz is moving out to try and help out Weissenberg. Good on you, Franzy boy. Karak Asgaraz, you have the defensive building. You have Skarsnik's tent. You have Skarsnik's brawling grounds. And you have a greenskin camp. Skarsnik's version sort of has 5 cards of goblins. Karak Norn now has walls. A gate, specifically. So I can probably stand off both of these stacks. Let's look at them. Goblins, Nasty Skulker's going to be a problem. They deal a lot of armor-piercing damage. Opportunist Murderer is pretty scary. And Smoke Bomb can be really annoying.
Don't hold your breath.
Skarsnik himself, he has the Bad Moon banner. And Night Goblins still count as expendable, don't they? Still, I think I can take them, especially if I get to fight them in the Underway. Orbit Line infantry are very solid. In fact, let's see it, but let's stack the deck. Karak Norn. Fire support. I get Carrick Norn and my stack against those two stacks, it's just going to be Skarsnik dead. You don't have a chance. Let's have this be this episode's battle, ladies and gentlemen. The main threats here are going to be the Night Goblin Fanatics, as they have the ability to use spinning loons, and that is not fun at all, trust me. The Squig Hoppers are actually pretty scary. And then there's the Arachnarok Spider, which is just a pain in the ass. Skarsnik himself is not too dangerous unless you're a large foe. They changed Trixie Traps. It's more fitting now. Let's fight it, I guess. This is today's battle, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be fighting Skarsnik. Episode 2, and the other claimant to the title of the Lord of Karak 8 Peaks is going to die. Or I'm going to die. That's always possible, too. But I think they're going to die. Especially as I plan to focus all my crossbow fire on that Arachnarok. Arachnaroks are very, very nasty. I'm probably going to try and get my hammerers on it, too. Because Arachnaroks are nasty, and I did not have the money to get anything resembling artillery, which is usually what you use as dwarves to counter large units. Cannon fire is a very good argument that, hey, that giant over there... goodbye, that giant over there. Of course, we don't need to worry about the winds of magic. We're dwarves! Dwarves never use magic. They do have a 25% magic resist across their entire faction, though. Because dwarves are naturally resistant to magic. Short, angry, bearded things.
Dwarf warriors! For the
1,
ancestor gods!
2. Actually, no, you're in group 2 as well, because I can vanguard with anyone now.
Yes!
I am glad that it seems to work now. You can see how vanguard deployment is really useful here.
The clans unite!
Alright, you here. You here. You here.
Dwarf warriors!
Let's spread them out a bit more. Give my range unit some cover. Put my hammers on this flank. They can't actually see where the enemy army is.
They have wronged us.
They're advancing on me. Let them advance on me. May as well let them tire themselves out. Actually, no, I think I'll advance. It's probably a better idea. I seem to be just mulling about, not actually trying to do things. Also, something amusing to note, the description on the Ranger is fast for a dwarf skill. While dwarves are not generally the most nimble combatants of the old world, they can move surprisingly fast when not slowed by heavy armor. They're also getting forge fire, which means their weapon strength has gone up by 10% for armor-piercing damage. It's surprisingly helpful. Ah! We're seeing my enemies actually start moving. As soon as they're in range, I'm going to pop ballistics calibration. I'm going to target someone with entrenchment.
Dwarf warriors! Go! Chillbearers ho!
That'll do. The enemy has no artillery though, and that's going to be a big benefit to me.
For the ancestors!
Shoot the Arachnarok. Shoot the Arachnarok. I can deal with their infantry. I have my own infantry to deal with their infantry, but look at that thing.
There's nothing I can't fix. Kill them! Battle ready!
Which one of my things was it that had an anti-large? Alkenholf!
Ancestors watch! Bring them down! Attack the air! For the Caravan Corps! Bring the axe! Hammerers! Vengeance!
Pop armor! Get on that! Belagar, get on that Arachnarok and activate Mighty Oath Stone!
Yes, yes!
Everyone in the area will start getting buffs now. That'll be very helpful. Alright. Now I need to start individually targeting these archers. Sorry. Clearing throat. God. Alright. If I'm shooting their archers up, their archers can't shoot me up. Hammerers!
Pump those dwarfen legs! Dwarfs! Ready axes!
They're terrified. Oh, because King Lund started charging. They're terrified now. That explains it. That explains it.
The Dawi are ready!
Okay, you got a few shots off on the archers, but now we need to make sure that thing stays routed. Guard mode, though.
Attack!
Master Engineer! Yeah, you still need work, damn it.
Warriors! Hammerers! Move now! Reach far, reach fast!
Into the nasty skulkers, I guess?
Descendant of Lord! Quick, man!
Just get stuck in, damn. Damn it.
Kill Lurks!
Get stuck in with something! Do something, damn it!
Scuff!
This is one of the issues with playing the dwarves. You don't really have many I'm going to smash them right now options. I know my lord's under attack. That was on purpose.
Warriors! Drain them!
You're not melee with anything. Shoot the damn Arachnarok.
The clans unite!
The Arachnarok dying basically would make all of this worth it, because all of my units here, besides those hammerers, who aren't really all that impressive in my opinion, are replaceable. Completely and utterly so.
To attack! Withdraw! Axes out, lads!
Retargeting archers again. Actually, no. If I wipe an entire card of archers quickly, that'll mean the enemy pushes slower. That flank is getting rolled up. The Arachnarok is mostly dead, and if it returns, I can retarget again. I still have plenty of ammunition for that. soon as I say, hey, I could just retarget, shoot up that thing more. I want it dead. I want it dead.
Come together, lads! Understood! Let us a reckoning!
Kill it. I don't want to see it run. I want to see it dead.
Yes! Drops! Ready axes!
Chase down those archers, damn it.
Vengeance! Vengeance!
Look at them arrows rain down. Fortunately, the enemy is running now, which is a pain. Alright, shoot up those goblin archers.
Dwarf warriors! Nothing can stop us!
Now the push continues. Continue the push. Continue the push. Get in there.
Vengeance!
Shoot Skarsnik this time.
The Dowie are ready!
You're also not bad in a brawl. I'm going to throw you into these goblins.
Killers! Take him down! Aye! Bring utter ruin on them all!
When are they going to start taking losses from, well, army?
Have at them!
The army just running away.
Vengeance! Vengeance!
That can happen. Your entire army just sort of shatters. Well, nasty skulkers over here. Shoot them. Shoot them.
Moving out!
Oh, will you look at that rain of Daka just pouring onto those nasty skulkers.
Hammerers!
Hammerers chase these guys off the map, so we steal their enemy numbers drop again.
Kazoo!
Shoot, those are goblins right there. How are those knight? Oh, they have the banner, don't they? These are the banner. Those are the banner goblins.
We demand blood! Charge! Move!
I'm likely going to lose one or two cards of dwarves here.
We demand blood!
Problem is, the entire enemy army is now shattered. They have 11 men left, and all of them are from that irritatingly unbreakable unit of goblins. You can also see why I'm concerned about ammunition, because all of my shooting troops ran out of bullet. They got a lot of kills, but they all ran out of ammo. You can also see why I value, you know, marchers so highly in my infantry. A Pyrrhic victory. Well, I wiped out both of his stacks, because this was an underway fight, so the enemy just took complete and utter total casualties. Like, all of them are gone. There isn't a question about this. This was a total extermination battle. Especially as his good troops are basically gone. His squig hoppers took a third of their health off, sure, but he lost that banner, I believe. And if he comes back in without a rack and rock, I'll have more arrows ready to shoot it up, so I won't have to focus all of my archers on it. I'll be able to focus them on doing things like, say, shooting his actual troops, making the brawl much easier for my admittedly very heavily diminished main line. Or I could just have Belagar and his adventuring party go up front and kill everything, which is kind of funny when it happens, but eh. I need money very badly. I need money very, very badly. They shouldn't have gotten to run. Sneaky Smiter. Ah! They did add traits for the Old World Lords. That is a nice trait for dealing with Skarsnik. I'm going to need to encamp for a couple turns, though, to replenish my troops, but Skarsnik's forces were very badly damaged. The only complaint I have is that I did not manage to actually wipe out that Ragnarok, because Ragnaroks are gigantic assholes to fight. As I lack artillery. Still, by the time I'm actually able to build another building, I should probably put a toolmaker there for yet more income. So I'm going to need a lot of income as Clan Angrund. It's going to immediately shoot up like a skyrocket once I get 8 peaks and stop taking that 50% upkeep penalty, but gonna be interesting to see the traits for some of the Old World Lords, though. They're probably recorded somewhere, but I'm curious which ones I can get. Like, I'm going to try and not get the ones for, say, knocking over Karl Franz, but if I get to punch Archaon or Kolek Suneater in the face... Yeah. Ah, shield breakers, they're so nice!
Revenge incarnate!
No chance!
From 9 to 7 cards?
Let me think about it.
From a lot to 9 cards. However, their cards are mostly fully replenished, so what I'm going to do is encamp.
Our ancestors would be proud.
It'll take me 3 turns to fully replenish my troops, which is too long, but very little I can do about that. Let's get these guys Woundmaker. Wait. No, you don't have replenish the troops. Let's get you Rune of Wrath and Ruin so I can deal damage to my opposition. That's not too useful right now. That's pretty okay. That's pretty okay. That's not actually useful right now, but it'll be useful later. Or I could go for... Do I want ammunition or do I want damage? Because Deadeye I don't want. Do I want ammunition or damage? Damage or ammunition? Let's start shooting things better. Again, make you a wound maker.
Belagar Ironhammer.
Now, if they move against Skarsnik now, they're probably going to wipe him out.
Nah, you daft kid.
Because I've really, really gutted his troops.
Don't hold your breath.
The fact that he lost that banner alone means one of his big killers is gone. They killed 178 of my dwarves with that unit of fanatics last time. It'll be interesting to see if they come back in, though, because being encamped also gives me a buff of +5 leadership and +5 melee defense to my already considerable dwarven leadership and melee defense. Actually...
What can the Dawi do for you?
Oh! Apparently kicked Skarsnik's ass so hard they're willing to confederate with me. Now I'm taking enormous income penalties, because of course I am. Okay. Destroy this.
Time for a reckoning. Forwards. That is unthinkable. We march.
Let's do that. My main line should be comfortable enough. Actually, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Check.
Aye, grudges will be settled.
Merge the selected units.
For the wisdom of Valea.
Disband this
It
unit.
is time. Lord of the Angrund. Summon me if you
Actually,
dare.
no, I can't even keep Brock Ironpick at all. I'm probably going to bring him back, though, because he's got plus 10% campaign map movement range from something. Ah, he had Route Marcher. Good choice, AI, good choice. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to disband you and your entire army. Otherwise, I'm not going to make any money whatsoever. I'm making very little money now, but... Actually, now I can just flat out go out and say, I'm going to crush Skarsnik once and for all.
Bring him!
No, I can't. Well, poo. Can I trade with anyone new now?
What?
I can try trading with the Border Princes. They actually like me a fair bit.
We are willing to hear it.
Do they really not want to trade with me for some reason?
No.
Strange. At least now I no longer have to worry about Karak Norn. I'll get a lump of income in that I can promptly replace with even more income. So that'll help quite a bit. Also, artillery! 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 Granted, my hammers have been gutted, but...
Think again.
I'm probably just going to push them back to Karak Azgaraz and crush them there. It's very hard to argue once you get it's very hard for Skarsnik right now to argue with me because he just got his ass kicked. They tried to block my army so they could run away, and they failed miserably. Skarsnik can... Ah, that's how it goes. Alright, so they're mustering more troops. A fairly sensible choice, all told. After all, I did kind of wreck their armies. Yeah, now I'm going to have a bigger income base. And that's really what you need as Clan Angrund. You need a lot of money early on. Like, a lot of money. They can make a lot of money because they're dwarves, and dwarves are the most profitable faction in the game. Though it's argued that the High Elves would also be the most profitable faction in the game, so... Finger waggle, finger waggle. But... they'll still be able to make a lot of money once you actually get rolling. The tech for growth is going to be a big help, because, well, dwarves don't really have that much growth going on. After that tech, though, I'm going to start working on the anti-corruption technologies. Because while they do have some nice things along the way, like public order buffs, the main thing I want is the anti-corruption function. Yeah, I need this money. Chaos corruption this early is not bad, because it'll just wear off after a little while.
Your prestige grows, my lord. News of your conquests spreads.
Yes,
far
another
and
3,000! I got 6,000
wide.
gold
Your
this
developing
turn.
power is noted by even the most distant of kings and bestial lords.
Alright! For the ancestors! With a time of woes a distant memory, the dwarves should look to the future and the restoration of the Karaz Angkor. The more territory around and even beyond their traditional mountain homes the dwarves can claim, the more the ancestors will be pleased. 4,000 gold! Nice! For the chapter objectives, complete one quest chain. Which basically means that I need to get Belagar to the point where he can do one of his special unique items. Complete 8 grudges! Bleh. Build a foundry or a hangar. Recruit a runesmith. Alright, so... what we want to do is go include related families, scrutinize guild leaders, Autonomy of the Holds, Ancestral Tomes, and then Seal Stones and Valea's Protection. At least Seal Stones, and preferably both. This sort of chain is not something I really care about, but the main thing I want from this, the Autonomy of the Holds being powered up is really nice, is the Untainted Faction Y, because it's very hard for dwarves to get large scale, keyword large scale.
I will not forget this. Let's go!
Anti-corruption. Furs don't sound bad, but they're trading right now, and I'm not trading too much. No, just get me a trinket maker, please. And at Karak Buffdar, get me a timber mill for 50 more gold a turn. And get me a trinket maker for 200 more gold a turn, which is turn into a Dwarf Tinkerer's shop soon. I'm spending money to be sure, but I'm also spending the money so I can make more money. So I think it all evens out in the end, you know?
Ed.
Ah!
Something
My
wrong with
enemies
your
are running into
aid.
infighting issues. That is good. That is very good for me indeed.
True king.
That means they're going to be taking attrition, and I'm not going to be taking attrition because I'm a dwarf. You don't do this silly infighting stuff that the Greenskins do. This place still hasn't upgraded itself, so it's not going to be much of a threat. I should be able to crush both of these armies here. Total of 16 cards versus my full stack of 20 cards. And some artillery, finally, which means I can give a good swat to their archers before they come in, or just swat at their Curse of the Ragnarok, which is still very badly wounded.
Wanrag? Yes.
Ah,
Come then,
Karak
messenger.
Ziflin knows
Spit out
about
your
me,
words,
and they're
so I
taking a
can be done with
Confederation
them.
penalty, right? I'm not even going to try and make friends while I'm Confederating. I'm taking a 40-point penalty with all Dwarven Realms for 4 turns. Your public order is fine, but how is your public order? Your public order is going to have a rebellion. We'll be at Karak Izor, thankfully, so I'll have walls. Hopefully I'm going to be able to swing... How many turns until the rebellion? 2. Problematic. I could demolish this and build walls. Walls would basically make it impossible for me to actually lose in a fight here. Against a rebellion, at least, because Quarrelers with great weapons and a grudge thrower and 5 more cards of warriors. Come on. The problem is the miners. Miners are not good. Miners are really not good. How long does it take to build a gate? It takes 3 turns. 1 turn to demolish, 2 turns to build up, and I do want defenses at my capital anyway. Alright, let's do it.
To battle?
You gotta think a lot harder in the early game than in the later game. Let's see what Skarsnik tries to pull out of his ugly little hat. His ally army is running off into the Empire, but his own army is hiding in Karak Asgaraz. That's going to be interesting. That's going to be very, very interesting. Of course, it's also going to depend on what the Rebellion army has. If the Rebellion army has, say, a bunch of Black Orcs, we're going to need to march down there double time because Black Orcs are horrifying. I do mean horrifying. They're incredibly dangerous right now. Could probably kill 2 or 3 units of dwarf warriors. If it's just a bunch of goblins, though, there's no real threat. Because, well, just a bunch of goblins. Also, the dwarves do get gates at a tier lower than everyone else, so a tier 2 dwarven city can build gates that can build their wall version at a where a tier 3 normal faction would, so that does help out the Dawi quite a bit in preparing defense, which fits the faction, as they're very well known for building walls and stuff.
To battle!
I know how descriptive I am. Yeah. Alright, you get a tinkerer's shop, because you've built some more, because you can get some more money. You gates, because I desperately need your defenses up. You an outpost, so you'll make me more money and you'll increase my growth. You a tinkerer's shop for more money. The imminent rebellion I don't care about, because I can't cancel it no matter what. Even if I had gone for Venerate the Ancestors, that would have not bought me enough time. The main issue is the events. My grudges are at 4 severity.
Yes.
Next turn, I'll be able to take Karak Azgaraz.
No chance.
7 cards, 12 cards, 8 cards. They could field 27 cards against me in theory. With my increased archer line, the wounding of their Ragnarok, and the fact that I have an artillery unit, I think I could probably do much better than I did last time, especially as, you know, my troops are higher level, and they don't have that accursed unit of fanatics that they do. Skarsnik starts the unit of Night Goblin Fanatics, the unit of Night Goblins, a unit of Night Goblin Squig Hoppers, and the Arachnarok. The Arachnarok is the main issue because it's a frackin' Arachnarok. Anyway, not much else to do now, so I guess in the turn. They may group up on me, but if they do, I'm not too worried. Keyword too worried. It could still be somewhat of a threat, but hey, more fighting. This is Warhammer. There is only war. Do they get to call in reinforcements from the settlement? They do. Let's retreat so I can't quite do that. That way if they try and strike me... Oh, please try and strike me again. Did they push me back far enough that I cannot strike Karak Azgaraz in one turn? Because I did cancel out their recruitment, I believe. Cancel out their recruitment would be very, very good. Of course, if they had pursued, I could have crushed them, because they would only have their mobile forces. The main issue was the 5 extra cards of goblins at Karak Azgaraz. 1 card of goblins is nothing, but 5 extra cards, a card of archers, and a card of spider riders is nothing to sneeze at unless you have a very bad cold. Ugh.
Only true vengeance will make me happy. Is that what you offer?
I'm not going to call my allies to help because I don't think they're actually going to do anything. They actually get to send out elven trinkets, though. I wasn't aware of that. Also, get 1,000 gold for the rebellion, so farming rebellions as the dwarves can actually be a good idea. Also, the rebellions are always greenskins or chaos or vampires. You'll never have a dwarf rebellion. ever. It's all the advantages of the dwarves.
Iron hammer.
Oh, you silly sausages of Greenskins.
For our forefathers.
Goodbye and good riddance. Occupy, please. Help of Discord, nice. Brewmaster, nice. I don't really need a sparring chamber, to be honest. I'd much rather have the income up building. Obstinacy is very, very good. Give me a moment to consider this. Okay. So, our options here. Lord of the Deeps is technically an option, but I don't like it much. You got Axe Lord, which is good for Dwarf Warriors and Miners. Which, you know, not bad at all. But we also got Missile Damage for Rangers and Obstinacy. Obstinacy is and similar things like it are actually unique to Total War Warhammer 1 Lords. I don't believe there are any Lords in Total War Warhammer 2 that have Army Vigor Loss Reduction. But it is surprisingly strong to have Vigor Loss Reduction for your entire army. So we're going to start with that, as I can't quite go for fully replacing my forces with,
Angrund.
well, anything. So, let's look at this rebellion. How bad is it? It's got an Orc War Boss, and it's not going to be limited to the stuff that normally limits Rebellion. Not Rebellion, Starsnick, so that's not going to be too helpful to me. But, nothing I can do here. Nothing I can do here. For the next turn, I will get some income, and the turn after that, I'm going to spend some money on Zarak Zil. They are rating 36 of my gold off a turn, and normally I can throw that away without a care in the world, but it is going to be a problem.
True king of 8 peaks.
I'm going to garrison Asgaraz for long enough that Gaussbag will come in and try and hit me.
No!
So if he moves out and tries to strike on, say, Nuln or Grunberg, well, I have no complaints about crushing him like a little green bug, then. Who can I trade with? Border Princes and Talea. It appears I need Weissenland to own this part of Weissenland to trade up all the way up through here and to here. Somewhat problematic, that. However, now that I can own more than Dwarf Realms, I can actually get Sea Trade as Clan Angrund, because normally you can't do that in Total War Warhammer 1. You couldn't take Zvorak and Matorka, which is the fastest route that I could see to getting you, Sea Trade. But this only has 6 cards, and I have 8 cards, so I should be safe for at least one turn. If they go in and siege, then I should be able to demolish them with my troops. Speaking of my troops, then I'm going to want soon is marching songs, so that's speed plus 5%. The texts along the way aren't amazing. But Dwarfen Resolve is good, Interlocking Shield is good, Call Upon Oaths of Old is okay. The Call Upon Oaths of Old unlocks Mastercrafted Weapons and Rune-Bearing Relics, which are very, very nice. You also really want Masterwork crossbows, volley fire, and ammunition wagons, especially ammunition wagons. So, next turn, let's see what the Greenskins do, because that's really going to inform my strategy and what I do with my singular army. Most of my troops will be fully replenished, or at least more replenished. And I'll outnumber them, so that the goblins will basically so the Greenskins will basically be completely screwed, but... Very interesting to see if this force actually does move in before I can get the gate up, though. If the gate gets up, I can leave this force alone, and they'll just break themselves upon my walls. Dwarves are absolutely ridiculous in siege fights on the defense. Like, breaking through a dwarven siege is very, very difficult. It's possible. It is very, very difficult. They're moving in on Karak Asgaraz, and they're sieging me too. Goodbye. Good riddance. Shut the heck up. I'll release captives for money. Because I need money. Bad. I need money. Badly. Belagar doesn't start with Orcsbane?
Revenge
Really?
incarnate. Know this and weigh your words.
I love that line. Orion, meanwhile, wants a non-aggression pact. I'll take it. I'll give you 100 gold pieces if you'll take a non-aggression pact. I do not want to have to fight more wood elves. But yeah, what's the description on Orcsbane? Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm probably going to move out and smash this army next. Also, Choir Master is really good. Public Order and Untainted. Mwah. Let's keep going, shall we? Not much to talk about. They do seem to improve the load times in Mortal Empires, though. I'll say that much. It's very nice. Ah, the Bugman Grudge! This is a good one, because it gets me 2.5k gold. Beheld in Grimnir's seething sight, Bugman's Brewery was once the greatest of all brew houses, where the fabled Bugman's XXXXX was created. A few casks of which still exist. But it all ended when the Grubby fell upon the fortified brewery, enslaving and killing the Bugman clan, and worst of all, drinking the ale! Such an atrocity is a grudge that can never be truly settled. Go and slay Greenskins to salve this open wound. Don't fuck with the dwarves' booze.
I stand defiant.
Just don't, okay? Obstinacy at medium is going to be silly in combat because by the time my enemies are exhausted and taking combat penalties, I'm just going to be laughing and laughing and laughing and laughing. Another point in triangulation, please, so my missile units are all shootier. Another point in Woundmaker, so you're killier. And a point in moving the hell out and smashing some orcs into bits. Or goblins. I'll take an extra 138 gold.
On to vengeance.
The Iron Curse icon isn't bad at all either. Like, it's not great, but it's certainly not bad.
You have my hammer.
I can't underway, but I can march back into my own territory. I won't replenish much, but I'll replenish a little, so I'm not really worried. I mean, some decent income a turn, though. Zarak Zil looks like it's going to be generating, and it looks like the orcs aren't going to be moving in soon. Though if they think they can take me 8-10, they might be able to. I don't have a Thane to counter their war boss, and the war boss is the main problem there. I'm probably going to move to underway next turn, though. We may not see that orc fight, though. If they don't attack me this turn, I'm going to not be... There's nothing they're really going to be able to do, because I'll have 2 extra cards of Quarrelers, 5 extra cards of Warriors, and an Artillery card. And I'll have better tower projectiles, which means I can shoot their orcs down, their orcs to pieces, while the goblins just sort of die horribly. Still, though, trade! Who can I trade with? Border Princes, do you still like me enough that you're actually willing to do things?
You have a proposal? We are willing to hear it.
I hate passive so much! Yeah, now we have some grudges. Bugman Grudge, Grubby Rebellion Grudge, the greatest of grudges. Right now we're at mid lane, which means -2 leadership and -1 public order, neither of which are good things at all.
I do not trust your clan, so speak and be done.
I need to start talking to Thorgrim himself, though. If I can confederate the dwarf faction, then I'll be well on my way to just winning this entire campaign flat out. Not exaggerating here, it's that useful to confederate the dwarf faction. Odd. The human factions in Total War Warhammer 2 got captains in their tier 3s. Perhaps the Border Princes do got to point out how shit they are. Anyway, let's end the turn. I'm hoping these orcs don't move in. If they move in, that's really the only question right now. Unless they start sieging. If they siege for long enough that I can get my main stack down, they're going to get crushed. Heck, even if they attack in a siege, I'm probably going to fight it unless it says, like, I'm going to slaughter them in auto-resolve. And thus win. Gonna be interested to see what they do. Those orcs. All we gotta do is wait. Which is very, very boring. But hey, there's only so fast it can go through these, and it's going through them at a pretty brisk pace. Thankfully, wiping out Skarsnik's faction does make my life a lot easier. I wish I'd had the forces and the balls to go take out Skavenblight, though. Taking out Skavenblight would be a big help, because it means there's absolutely nothing down here that I could really worry about. And a faction, and they're attacking, and they're sieging. They're not going straight in, though, so I have effectively, as long as I can pull a delay action for long enough, I win.
Demands war.
Oh, their only orcs are error boys. What? We've got 3 units of cavalry? Mate, I don't have good odds against you on the open field with my troops.
Belliger. By my hammer it will be done.
Upgrade Karak Azgaraz to an outpost for more money. Get Zarak Sil. Actually, no, don't get the income on Zarak Sil. I need Rangers so I can take advantage of Beligar's, specific skill, because the baseline lords have a similar skill that applies to Quarrelers, and the rune lords will have a skill, the same skill Beligar does that applies to Rangers, and no one has a skill that applies to both, because fuck you, that's why. Sorry, I'm a little grumpy over the fact that they don't have a skill that, applies to both. But yeah. Having a ranger outpost, helpful. A ranger barracks would also be really helpful, because, drinking hall. which meant that I could get Bugman's Rangers, who are actually pretty darn good. They're actually shootier than Quarrelers. So, Ranger outpost. Confederation penalty has worn off. Confederation penalty has worn off. And the only people who trade me the border princes who still are just not really all that high because they're passive and that's annoying. Grumble, 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 grumble. The only real threat here is that Goblin Rock Lobber, which is also expendable. What the heck? Onyx's entire army is expendable. Weird. Whatever. We're going to end the turn unless something happens in the episode. Not really much happened. We did... Well, actually, something quite big did happen. We wiped out Skarsnik and his ilk, which is actually fairly important. Whatever. The Greenskins have confederated the Bloody Spears. That's a problem. Barakvar being a faction, though, that's also kind of odd. Usually I've gotten confederated by the dwarves by now. Something's up. Well, it looks like the AI rebels haven't attacked, so... Next time it's going to be... Honestly, there's not going to be much interesting happening. I'm just going to be zooming Belgar down here fast as I can. Well, we hope these guys don't attack too early. And how did they get another card? You're in siege. You don't get to muster new troops. That's not fair. At least there's only another card of cavalry, so it's basically useless on the attack. Cavalry is not good at dealing with walled fortifications. So, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below or in the threads on space battles and sufficient velocity that are going to be linked in the description now. They have also been relinked in the description for the previous episode, as I have created that. So, for now, goodbye.